Welcome along to South Today's Sport. No Christmas pudding for the Southland men's sevens team after they qualified for the Queenstown Nationals next year after finishing in the semi-finals at the South Island Championships, eventually won by Otago. Of course, that news will please their coach, Elgin O'Donnell. Good evening to you. Welcome along.
Thank you, Tom. Yeah, really pleasing news actually.
Well, two things about this tournament. One is that you needed to qualify, so a bit of pressure, but also got some real game time practice.
Yeah, I think what we're first and foremost, we're going up there to qualify for the Nationals. Second of all, it was an opportunity to trial a lot of boys that haven't actually played a lot of sevens before, and actually we got better and better with every game, which was really pleasing actually. So good result. How
much time did you have in preparation for the squad to be together?
We've probably been together for about a month or so prior, 6 weeks to a month. We've had quite a big squad. We've had probably anywhere between 25 and 30 players that we've brought into a squad. Obviously a lot of inexperience here, so we've been working on the basic fundamentals of sevens, also with quite a bit of experience. So it's a good mix in the squad that we've got, which we then could only select 12 to go away to Timaru. So
good to have that competition.
It is. Like we left probably 6 or 7 boys behind. They were really disappointed to miss out. So that was just the squad to go away to Timaru. We're all back in now, the squad of about 18 to continue through to the Nationals. So all those positions are up for selection again.
A couple of observations. Started every game very well. Got ahead often. Just faded a wee bit. Is it a fitness experience factor?
Yeah, very much so. We're fit, but we're not sevens fit. We've got about probably 50 to 60% to go on the fitness. So
that's a big chunk.
It is a big chunk, and our trainings will start reflecting that. Because what we also got to get into a mindset is it's a 2-day tournament. So while we play 3 games on one day, we've got to get up the next day and do it all over again. So
the important day is the second day, isn't it?
That's the real important day. That second day is the key.
Also, when you get tired, you make the wrong decisions, and perhaps just later in the game, a couple of wayward passes because you were in every game you played.
Yeah, it was funny. I picked up on a comment that one of the commentators made on that and said, like, Southland was probably the most dangerous attacking side here, but just the errors and work rate were letting them down. So, that certainly happens when fatigue sets in. You obviously make the wrong decision or take the ball into contact when you should move it, and it's a learning thing as well. So the boys will get a lot of that from that Timaru tournament.
I think the interesting clash was the one against Canterbury because you played them twice within, I don't know, about an hour it felt like. Yeah. First of all, but you did learn from one to the other. You pushed them even harder the second time.
Yeah, exactly, and that was a pleasing thing. Our team got better and better with every game they played, which is a tribute to the boys. A good thing to note is actually we only had 2 players out of that Southland squad that played last year with Brian Millen and Sonny Ronatahiri. So pretty much it's a whole new squad. So that was really pleasing thing for me to see. So yeah, it was great. And
new faces for Southland rugby fans too. Siru and some new names to the province.
Yeah, he played exceptionally well. I thought. He was dominant. Good ball winner. And could break the line and offload, which is a key component to sevens. So yeah, he was a sight to watch.
Got to the semi-finals. By then you knew you'd qualified for Queenstown. A little bit of pressure off, but you wanted to beat Canterbury.
Oh yeah, look, after that first game against Canterbury, the boys were really disappointed. They thought they let an opportunity slip, and it was pleasing to see that they actually stuck in and played probably better again, which was pleasing. So yeah, they were disappointed, which is good and bad. Good that they know that the level that they need to be at now. So they'll learn a lot from that, and hopefully if we see them again, we'll get another crack at them.
But it showed the difference between a slightly more experienced team, although they weren't household names in the Canterbury, because they were down 14-0. You'd scored 2 quick tries, but they didn't lose their composure, and I suppose that's a key learning factor.
Yeah, definitely. I think from looking back at just the raw footage I've seen so far, we scored good points early. And then we gave away soft tries, and that's just a learning thing. We've got to be basically wipe the scoreboard clean, start again, and not let those easy tries in. So.
Yeah, defensively, sevens is quite a hard game. A lot of emphasis on the one-on-one tackling, of course, getting that first-time tackle. You haven't as much cover, but also getting your sweeper and the defensive patterns dead right, and that only comes through playing, doesn't it?
Well, another pleasing thing for me is we haven't done any work on defence yet. We're just basically working on the key attacking principles. We haven't done any work on breakdown, and that were 2 key areas that we were where we sort of got beaten up at. So that'll be a key emphasis that we'll be working on over the next 6-week block to take us through to Nationals. So.
And this is just one testing point, isn't it? Because to be fair, the South Island tournament's probably not as high standards perhaps the northern region. We have all the experience. So you've got to have to go up 2 or 3 notches, not just one.
Yeah, definitely. And I think game time's key to actually getting that that experience up there. So I just spoke to the Otago coach this morning, and we've penciled in a couple of dates to play further tournaments. We'll probably look at a tournament in Gore and a tournament in Belcliffe, just between Southland and Otago. And hopefully to get a bit more game time and get the boys playing.
Because Sevens has exploded. The moment you put an Olympic medal dangle in front of people's eyes, you're getting a lot of help to get these things together. Before, we had to beg for a game.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I was just thinking last year, even old donkeys like myself out there running around, and it was just, now we've got all these young talents coming through, which is great for the game. And even we started up a club sevens tournament this year, which we've never had in Southland before, which was great. And that exposed, a lot of players. So it was really good, and that will continue to grow as the sevens game grows.
Have you got speed in the squad? It's continually talked about by Gordon Titchens and others that speed is the key.
Yeah, well, look, it's an area that you just can't coach. Speed. It's just one of those aspects that it's key to sevens. Yeah, we have got some pace, but again, if you haven't got the fitness to go with the pace, it just lets you down. It's that repeated speed, being able to get up, run. Sprint to the line and then jog back and get in position to be able to do it all over again without having too much of a rest. So,
we should mention the Southland women's team. First time they've ever competed at a tournament, came from more quarters and formed a side and were very competitive. Beat Canterbury, who went on to win the final. So they'd be pleased to. I know they didn't qualify for Queenstown because only the top 2 did, but I thought that was wonderful progress for a new team.
Yeah, definitely. I thought the game against Canterbury, they played exceptionally well the first game. Yeah, it was great, and for all those girls coming together like they have, is a tribute to the setup there that they've got. So really pleasing, and I'm sure that they'll be happy and they'll gain a lot from that experience as well.
What about support for the team? I know there's a lot of nutritional things, and it's a different fitness regime, isn't it? From 15, it's completely different. You're getting some guidance on that.
Yeah, look, we've got a trainer in place, Mark Bear, who's helping out with all our training regimes, and we've got some nutritional plans in place, which we've given to the boys. So it's up to them really to follow that. We're leaving a lot of the responsibility for them to follow. As I said, we've got a big squad, and ultimately the fittest 12 will go away to the nationals. And
you need some youth too, that balance. You look at the Auckland team that's won recently. The reason they've won the extra 10 minutes games is they're pulling off 16, 17-year-old guys off the bench in the last couple of minutes, and it's made the difference. Yeah, definitely. Look, I think when we look at the squad that we had obviously Brian Milne, Eddie Hay, they've both been involved in the New Zealand setup. And then we had Keanu and Sven, the young guys. Josh Said, who's played a bit of sevens. I think he was originally called into the Fijian sevens squad. So, it's good having that mix of youth and experience, and I think that's key because those young guys will get a lot from that. So. The other thing you'll be doing is watching the other tournaments, as everything's televised now. The first time we've seen these regional tournaments, see what you're up against come Queenstown. Oh, definitely. And I think we'll have game plans around each team once we find out our draw. Because traditionally we haven't had the out-and-out pace of those North Island teams. So we'll probably look to develop different game plans to attack different sides. And we'll work on that, obviously, once we know who we're facing in the pool. And that word know is important because you know where you're going, when you're going, who you'll be playing. Completely different picture from the past where I think you got right up the week before. Yeah, exactly. Just about it. Exactly, no, so that'll be good. All right, we look forward to your progress, and we'll keep in touch with that preparation for that most vital tournament. Elgin, well done. Congratulations. Yes, and well done to the ladies too. You got out there and gave it a good go, and perhaps next time they'll be in Queenstown too. That is the South Today tonight. See you tomorrow.